The shameless ANC is caught out again. Greetings, guys. My name is Tebos Kosana. Welcome to the platform, The Agenda. So today we're talking the ANC and the recent developments pertaining to the appointment to the boards of SETAs. The SETAs, those are the institutions that are responsible for the skill development in different sectors of our economy. So the ANC has been pushing its cadres. In fact, it's not even about cadres. There's been pure nepotism because one of the uproars is that they had attempted to appoint Gwedemantashe's son as the chairperson of the Meseta board. Meseta is one of the SETAs, as I've already said, that we've got different SETAs in different sectors of the economy in this country. Of course, government is responsible for that through the Department of Higher Education. So the ANC attempted to push through its own members, but not just its own members, but people who are children, people who are children and relatives of the African National Congress leaders. As I've said, one of them being a son to Gwede Mantashe. And there was an uproar we saw in the National Assembly where an EFF member of parliament, Sihle Lonzi, I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, Sihle Lonzi, was chucked out of the portfolio committee for questioning that, for asking the chairperson of the portfolio committee, is the chairperson aware that the person that the Department of Higher Education, through its ministry, because we know that is led by the ANC, is pushing for someone who's a son to the ANC national chairperson, Gwede Mantashe. And also we know that Gwede Mantashe is not just an ANC chairperson, but it's also a minister of mineral resources in this country. This tells you why these institutions are dysfunctional. You see, this is what makes it so painful. That the ideas, meaning in terms of what is that is needed to ensure that the country functions, specifically to talk about the skills development in this particular case, that is skills development. So young people are skilled, not just young people, but people are skilled so as to be able to be absorbed by the economy, but not just that, just so that they are able to they themselves to create a viable economy that will employ others as well. So these ideas in paper are good ideas in paper, are good ideas and good interventions. Unfortunately, they get hijacked by the very same African National Congress for its narrow political interests and nepotism. In a sense that they appoint people not on the basis that these people they've got necessary skills to ensure that these institutions deliver on their mandate, that these institutions become living bodies that are able to carry out their mandate and give life to the ideas and policies that are on paper. It becomes a futile exercise. Okay? It becomes a futile exercise to have all these brilliant ideas. For you to say, here's a crisis, can we all come together and seek intervention to say, how do we intervene? Then indeed the brilliant minds, they come together. They develop ideas. Ideas become policies. Then at the stage of implementation, you then decide to mess it up. You decide to mess it up by appointing friends, comrades, and family. You appoint them not on the basis that they meet the requirements in terms of what kind of skills and leadership is needed to give life to those institutions. But to appoint them on the basis that they are your own comrade, they are your own family, they are your own friends and associates. Therefore, you're killing the hopes of thousands and thousands, in fact, millions and millions of people who are supposed to be serviced by those institutions. I for one, am not against the cadre deployment policy. I'm not against the idea of the cadre deployment policy, with an understanding that when you talk about a cadre, because we first need to explain what is a cadre. A cadre is not just anyone, as we now see in the ANC and even other organizations. But a cadre is someone in terms of the intellectual capacity, the ideological capacity. You see, the political acumen is someone who has reached the highest of levels in these three spheres: the political, the ideological, and the intellectual. Someone that you know that this policy, someone will be able to carry this policy, implement this policy to its fullest, give meaning, give life to this policy. That's what we mean when we're talking about a cadre. Unfortunately, nowadays, the word cadre, the name cadre, is used loosely. It is even given to zombies. It is given to zombies who cannot think independently, who cannot articulate anything, who cannot develop anything. Nowadays, those people are called cadres. But you know, those are not cadres. Those are just zombies. Those are just zombies that tore the political line, that kneel and bow in front of their leaders, their handlers. So those institutions, they get to be given to such kind of people. So you end up having hundreds and hundreds of such institutions that are supposed to be giving hope to the people, to the masses of the people, through its programs. They just end up becoming looting schemes. Because we've heard stories, we've read stories about Blade Nzimande when he was a minister of higher education, how he and the SACP looted the SETA sector, how they've looted the funds in the SETAs. So for the ANC, these institutions, to them are mainly cash cows. To them, these institutions are mainly cash cows. Hence, they work so hard and do whatever it takes to place their zombies as heads of these institutions, so as to make it easy for them to continue their looting spree at the expense of the black masses. The black masses who are suffering, the black masses who are looking up at those institutions as institutions that are supposed to bring them hope. And we must understand this. And this is nothing new to the ANC. I don't know how many of you where you reside have seen how the ANC, Youth League and ANC recruit people. That to demonstrate just how useless and irrelevant the ANC Youth League has become. Because the young people are rejecting the ANC Youth League. What do they do to ensure that they recruit these young people to ANC? They take a membership form of the ANC Youth League, and then they attach application forms to different learnerships, government learnerships. So now this disparate young black people, the young youth, the black youth in the townships and in the rural areas, are compelled to join the ANC Youth League as a way to access government opportunities, such as internships and learnerships. That is a fact. It's a reality. That's what we have witnessed on the ground, what they do. Because they understand that they've become so useless and irrelevant to the people that people are rejecting them. So now what they do, they use their proxy to government as a way of swindling people and tricking people into joining the ANC just so that they can access these opportunities. Meaning, when they boost about this membership, this number and that number of membership that they have, it is not genuine membership. It is not people who join the ANC because they genuinely and sincerely believe in the ANC or in the ANC Youth League. No. It is the people who joined because refusal to join would mean that they miss out on these government opportunities. That's what they are doing even now in the cities and all of that. Therefore, you end up having these institutions that become useless despite the millions and billions of money that are pumped into these institutions. So the ANC is so shameless that they even defend that rubbish. That's how you know that the moral has been eroded, that you don't even think twice about defending immoral and unethical acts. I'll leave it there, guys. You know, guys, you're always welcome to comment, to leave your comment in the comment section below. Please remember, guys, to subscribe. Importantly, guys, remember to subscribe. Also, remember to join, to become a member just for 20 Rand a month, guys. And also remember to like, comment, and share. Importantly, remember to click on that notification bell. So each time I publish a video, you get the notification. Thank you very much, guys. Siyabonga, Africa izwe lethu.